Hello. In this YouTube today, I wanted to talk about figuring things out, how we develop the ability to figure things out, and then how that then translate into how we are able to handle or not handle life, and how that's related psychosomatically. So I had this awareness. So I was watching my 8-year-old. Like, she's quite physical. She's quite able physically to climb monkey bars, to climb on a wall, to do jiu-jitsu, to ride a bike, to find balance, to roller skate, to do all these physical activities. But we hadn't introduced her to ball skills, tennis, or how to catch a ball. She's also got this amazing ability to learn and to be focused. So then there was this difference between learning and being focused and the ability to climb and to find balance. But the missing ingredient was seeing something come towards you and to hit a ball, or to find those fine motor skills that teach you to paint or to do things really small. So what came to me is this ability to work between those hemispheres of the inside to the outside, which is all related to our arms, and it's all related to our forehead, and it's all related to how we've handled life since we were young. So if everything was always done for us, and if we had life on a platter, we may have developed other challenges. But let's just bring it to the case of someone who has not had everything on a platter, or somebody who has been unable to develop themselves. They've had to hold back their expression for fear of abuse or fear of anything really that's scary, or they haven't been able to express themselves because of their siblings or whatever it is. They haven't been able to feel into the difference between here and there. Yeah? So what I learned about my life is that my mother was a teacher and she wanted to teach me things, but I didn't want to learn from her. And so I put myself in situations that I needed to figure things out. I needed to be on my toes. I needed to have the ability to get out of danger, or to learn how to make the clothes or paint, because I didn't have the money to do that myself. So if I wanted something, I would figure it out. I'd kind of journey along the way, a bit like a swan in the water, and I'd figure it out. So what I noticed over time is that I was able to develop these skills because of my want and desire to achieve a goal. And in that ability, my hands became very practical, very strong, and very able to handle a multitude of situations, because I'd kind of thrown myself in this position where I had to sink or swim. And I developed the resilience and the ability to do that. And so Gabrielle is my third child, and I'm watching her, and she's growing up with abundance, and she's growing up with the ability to pick and choose what she wants to do, whereas my other two kids had a diversity of their life. We went through highs and lows financially. I had different relationships. I dealt with many different challenges, and so as children, they had to figure things out for themselves. Which we all have to do as children. So they've all become different types of adults. So I suppose the most interesting thing about this is that due to my figuring things out so much, I've actually built my business like a unicorn. What that means is that I have learned how to do everything for myself, a bit like a one-man show, where people who have financial abundance or the ability to get money will call in the experts and someone who's actually done the job. Whereas I kind of look at it and go, well, what do I want to achieve? Okay, I need to figure out how to do that. which has actually meant that I'm trying to be a unicorn, which means I'm also trying to be Ganesh. And I've got my hands in all these different pies. And it means that my head is going, oh my God, trying to learn all this stuff and be an expert at everything with the perfectionism. And then I got to this point where I was like, why are things just not moving forward? And it's like, because I was spreading myself too thin. I was stressing out my body so much, but I didn't have the ability to pay for the assistance or pay for the help. But what I was actually doing is I was tying myself in knots. It's like my arms and my shoulders became so knotted up with my inability to actually fly and to reach and take hold of the things that I had a burning desire to achieve. Because I didn't take the leap, because I actually started to become so controlled because of all my figuring it out, that I had this pathway that was planned in my head, that this is the right direction, this is the way to go, and I have to do it this way because I can't afford, or I can do it better than everybody else kind of attitude, which is really funny because I'm laughing about it now because it's caused me so much pain in my body. And I'm like, what the hell? Jesus, this whole rebelliousness of not wanting to learn from my peers and me wanting to figure things out has actually meant that I've journeyed to this place where I figured it out. And both roads are fine. And both roads lead to here, which is interesting. But I have this attunement now, this sensitivity, this amazing ability to understand and empathize with a lot of different people, because I've walked a lot of different paths. I probably didn't need to get here, but I've done that. And so the reason why this YouTube came about was because I had a client, and I have lots of clients actually, where I feel their hands, and their hands are quite soft and undeveloped, men and women, where they haven't built that ability to handle life, the resilience of being able to take hold of life and to be okay and to let go and then to hold on and then to move and articulate soft and gentle, or to be strong and fight. And that ability to feel into all these different things, which all comes from your emotional anatomy. It all comes from your emotions, and it all comes from that ability to feel into what is in your face, how you're dealing with your triggers, how you're dealing with love, how you're dealing with joy, and how your body is responding to that. So I wanted to talk about that this morning, the figuring it out, and then how being a unicorn can tie you in knots and also isolate you, become isolating because you become an expert in everything. I think there's a saying about that. Jack of all trades, expert of nothing. I think the thing that I've become an expert at is, being myself, being a mother, talking on YouTube. Okay, see you. Hopefully that was helpful. Ciao for now.